Yeah, welcome to Mates Talk. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
And we're gonna be covering a section of what we're doing. We're gonna be covering current events.
Current events, that's right.
Current events. So we're gonna be starting the recent booing at ANZAC Day celebration. When was that? On Friday, yeah?
Friday, a couple of days ago?
A couple of days ago, yeah. Friday. I think that was in Melbourne.
Yeah.
At Fed Square.
I'm not sure where.
So there's this, I'm not sure if it's a new thing, a welcome to country acknowledgement by Aboriginals elders.
Yeah.
I think it's like a semi-official thing that they do before
Anything.
Yeah,
any
celebration. I've seen it in like theater,
but even in any
shows, meetings,
meeting.
even professional meetings, even at work, I've seen it.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? The booing,
justified
or not?
Well, I think like people could have hold their tongue.
Yeah.
For one, as I guess a sign of respect. But I don't know. It is not my place to say. It is also ANZAC Day. It's the celebration of the people that went to war and died in war for this country.
Yeah.
Which is also their country, but
yeah. I think it shows the disconnection between, I would say, white Australia and native Australia. Native Australian. As if there's booing, there's a reason behind it. And also, it's not my place to comment on it. But at the end of the day, I think there's a place, a time and a place for everything. Like doing a welcome to country to people that were born in that country. Like everybody is Australian, yeah?
everybody's been Australian for the last
100 years.
Third or fourth generation.
Yes.
When you know
that's
what
what I don't get I understand like the dynamics, like the atrocities, like everything that happened, but the disconnection of everybody's actually Australian. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Like they all did their thing too. From the European, like everyone, the Irish, the English, everyone. Like I am now too. You know what I mean? Because you know,
you're
like, you know? And then when I think about it, like, what am I? Like, of course, I still have my roots. Like, I know where I come from. I will never forget where I come from. But not that I'm trying to assimilate, but I also want to be part of society here.
Yeah.
But am I not Australian? What, like, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like, no, that's my feeling. But it's like, so making it that way where everything has got to have that introduction of where this is our heritage. This is our Nam, for example, introducing Melbourne as Nam every time. I get it, but also
I think it's very like pop, rich kids culture, white culture. You know what I mean? Rich kids that really don't like their parents. Yeah. That get like ingrained into that. Oh, now we are pro Aboriginals. Have you seen?
yeah, but
I got nothing against it. Me, I'm an observer of the world. I'm like, oh, it's a circus.
Yeah, we
I
can.
like watching it. I'm just like, yeah.
It's a big circus, but okay, make
Like if you go to Fitzroy, Brunswick, there's a certain demographic of people that would support that. And I mean, white demographic that would support the whole welcome to country, pro-Aboriginal. Sometimes it aligns with Free Palestine. Yeah. Is it in a sense of yeah? I don't know if there's a bit of shame, white guilt, a bit of guilt, shame associated with it.
Yeah, but a lot of people me and you, we can all be words, like we can support anything with words, like like we support this and that. But okay, what action are you willing to take, like for example in society, that shows that you don't have to, you can be both, but also acknowledging what the new wave has brought to the country, to, for example, to what the country would have been without all this development throughout the 100 years. You know what I mean? It's the same like everywhere, but then the way it has been done, the atrocities by all of that, and religion that had come into play with all of what has happened to everyone. Of course it's sad, of course, but reparation, what action does people that support this, what action does me and you, if we support it, are we going to take to help these people, or help better understanding of what it actually is? Because I feel like the booing at this was very racist in a way, where who would have booed? Like, maybe a lot of people booed inside, but then no one has any. If you attend this ceremony, you also know what your grandparents has done to get here. Like no one is a saint. No one has come and said. Everyone has done some, like, especially 100 years ago, like
Yeah.
Imagine 100 years ago, like how this would have been, my grandparents, your grandparents, and but now both sides, we both live here, the First Nation and the Second Nation and Third Nation, and how are we gonna move forward from that? Like, that's my, like, reparation and all of that.
We all love each other. No, I know it sounds simple. I know it sounds very, very simple, but I always go back to literally Jesus' first commandment in the Bible.
What I got from this booing is racism is still well and truly alive.
Yeah. Extremely well and alive.
Like,
because people are always quick to be, racism doesn't exist. But there's the very overt racism. Like, remember I told you I went to the country in Queensland. I was driving past, houses with Confederate flags in their windows. So that was very interesting. Just in the middle of nowhere. That's the overt, we are racist, And then there's the more like covert one racism, which I think is more, which I've experienced as well, is if you look a certain way, you must think like that. And I've experienced that more from, I would say, more left-leaning white people who expect me to think a certain way because I look a certain way.
Yeah. Nah.
That's a more like
Stereotyping.
Yeah.
Like people stereotype at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah.
Like
Racism is well alive. Like, you know, because we can, like,
yeah.
I see skin color. Like, you know, when people say, like,
Right.
oh, I'm colorblind. But I'm not colorblind, but I'll treat you the same.
Yeah.
Because being colorblind is just a lie.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I'm not a dog. I'm
Like for the black I'm not black enough, and for the white I'm not white enough.
Story of my life.
Like being light skinned.
Yeah.
Alright, we're out. And that was the news of the week.